Guys, we're back for another Dokkan battle video. So we have a JP data download here. This is kind of interesting. Dokkan in this anniversary is actually kind of switching up. It seems like how they're kind of releasing a lot of this content, right? People do tend to hate that they'll do like, you know, part 1, 2, 3, and then they'll just sort of toss everything right at the start of the part, and then they say, oh, it's boring, there's nothing to do. But so far in this anniversary, they have been actually like sort of like drip feeding it to us. I think things might have worked a little bit better if the anniversary started a day before the live stream, right? Because then it would have been the anniversary started with events and the live stream happened, banners drop with a lot of other stuff. Then a few days later was Physical Super Vegito and Boo, right? Because it's can I actually like if I pull up the timeline events, did they already get it up here? Because I really am gonna end up going to war with people about this 8th anniversary. I just feel like people are full of shit. I'm sorry. I'm just gonna like people are full of it. So far, I think the structure of this anniversary has actually been pretty good in the way they're sort of like splitting this stuff up, and it's what people were asking for. So it's like, okay, so on the 29th, right? This is when, like, you know, the anniversary actually started and stuff like that. And then, do they have all this? They might not have all this filled in yet. Yeah, and then the 3rd, we have Vegito and Boo. And then on the 9th, we have this content. And then now on the 13th, we're going to have the EZAs. So you guys see, like, if you ask the person, how is the content? Oh my god, dude, they dropped it all 2 weeks ago and there's been nothing to do for weeks. That's what they would tell you. But then if you actually look it up, it's just full of shit, right? Like, I could tell I'm going to be battling with people about this anniversary for a long time to come because the perception of it and the reality of it are completely far apart for what I'm seeing, just sort of the average responses by average players out there, right? Now, we have 2 EZAs dropping. Again, this is dropping on the 13th. So, sort of like the 9th last night, we had the Shadow Dragon events and the story events and support memories and different stuff like that. Now, we're going to have this. I believe we can expect the Part 2 LR banners to drop on the 16th. Now, I hate this, dude, because they're dropping the banners and then the World Tournament starts the next day. Are they morons? Like, oh my god, is that the worst ever? Like, bro, you have to clear everything out for World Tournament. It's, oh god, that's the worst. I think the reason there's an issue here, too, is because of the fact that originally they had scheduled the World Tournament in January. It was scheduled during the fan meetup, right? And it's like, it actually made no sense because like, in order to get to the fan meetup, you had to be top, 50 in World Tournament, and then they scheduled the World Tournament, literally all the top World Tournament players are there, and they wouldn't be able to play because they're at the fan meetup, so it made no sense. So they pushed that back, but then they dropped the damn thing next to the LRs, the Part 2 LRs, which is annoying, and then again, World Tournament is right there, and then Part 3 is going to be right here. So this literally now, we've never seen anything like this where every 3 or 4 days there's content during this anniversary. They've never done that before, right? Like just because usually the way it works is it's weekly. There's a data download every week, but they're kind of doing this every couple of days, which I think is interesting. And it's like people don't realize that this is what they've been asking for. Dokkan is doing it, but everyone's complaining about it, so they're not going to do it again, potentially. So just keep that in mind, man. All right, so we have these 2 characters. Now, initially, seeing this guy's details, I was pretty pleased. This guy is actually, I think, very helpful, specifically for, like, Final Trump Card and Power of Wishes. These are category teams that don't have the other Carnival LR Super Saiyan Gokus on it that need help. But I don't know. Looking at this guy, he's too reliant on this. I think this is just a huge bummer. He does really need these Super Saiyans to be able to tank double digits, and it's like his role on Power Wishes and Final Trump Card is not going to be him with Super Saiyan allies. So I'm just very like, I don't know. I really think full dodge for this guy is what you're going to want to go with. He's going to be helpful with his link set and his orb changing, the attack numbers he could do. And I mean, but this is just not enough. They should have just literally given him guard. Like, you just give him, if you give this guy guard, like unconditional guard with the exact kit he's rocking, but take this away. So, okay. You can give him the 7% chance to crit per rainbow orb. And actually, dude, just take this away, right? Just turn this into guard. Guard at start of turn. And this guy would be fine. I just don't know that damage reduction, like, per rainbow orb, it's not enough. This guy's not Kid Goku. Kid Goku has way higher defense. And Kid Goku will get your 7 key spheres. And then he gets that 8% damage reduction split out to the entire rotation, which this guy doesn't have. So you'll, oftentimes have, 30+% damage reduction for Kid Goku. I just think that this guy defensively is not good enough. Let's just compare him directly to LR God Goku, who just came out, right? It is on Global first, but he's a Yellow Coin LR. Remember, God Goku came out, like November, 16th or something like that of 2019? So these guys are literally, like, back-to-back LRs. I think God Goku's probably significantly better. With his 50% chance to dodge is way better than this shit right here. This is not even close to what 50% chance to dodge can do. God Goku can go against all the toughest bosses in the game besides Broly, and he can just dodge their super attack. Boom. Metal Cooler Core, Cell Max, the other Cell Max, Omega Shenron. Oh, sorry, dickhead. I dodged, right? This guy isn't really going to be so good. I feel like this guy will still be a handy option, but, it's this simple thing. I wish they took away some of his offense and put it into defense instead. It's just really what he needs is guard. You just get rid of this and give him guard, and that would have been, I think, very sufficient. But as it stands, the reason this just might not be enough, or this is not enough, I don't know. He just doesn't seem strong enough defensively to me, considering these red zone stages. Like Broly and Omega are about to be a year old now, and the Metal Cooler Core has been around for a while, and Cell Max has been around for a while. I really would like to see this guy with a stronger defensive ability. We'll see. Maybe I'm underrating him a little bit, and he'll be a little bit tankier. But I am fearful, I think, even of boss normals with this guy. And I think a full dodge build is what you're going to want to go with here. You could say full additional. I mean, I've found that full additional can really be fool's gold with these characters, right? Because it's like, you get your additional, and then he does a normal attack, and you get killed, right? Like, awesome. If you got dodge, at least you could, dodge. Even if this guy's going to take damage from normal attacks, you're, I think, better off banking on a dodge build than going full additional and going for this. Because with dodge, you could at least, individually dodge a couple of these attacks, which could save a lot of damage. Whereas this, you got your 50-50. If you don't get it, oh, too bad, no extra defense. So, I don't know. I will probably be giving this guy full dodge. Now, let me come to Blue KAIOKEN Goku. Now, a lot of people are upset that this guy is easing right now. It does make sense because of the theme, of course, being Spirit Bomb. But we can't really properly utilize this character at the moment. The thing about him, though, is that this Universal Survival Saga stuff, we're getting, okay, I believe, I'd have to double check this, but I believe it is. The oldest Dokkan Fest in the game that has not EZA'd now is STR Jiren. Because let's see. So we had Physical Super Vegito, then was in Super Saiyan 3 Bardock, then was STR Rose and Tech Vegito Blue, then was the 3rd anniversary LRs, then was in UI Goku for Saiyan Day, then was AGL Turles, and then we had AGL Evolution Blue Vegeta and Jiren. Yeah, Jiren is the oldest EZA, non-EZA Dokkan Fest. He is. Then after Jiren was Future Gohan, who got his EZA. Then after that is Ultra Full Power Super Saiyan 4 Goku, who got his EZA. And then Physical MVP 17 is next. So literally the two oldest Dokkan Fest characters, not the EZA, STR Jiren and 17, are Tournament of Power. So I think it stands to reason we're going to get some Tournament of Power celebrations. There's other stuff. They could toss in a UI Goku EZA, right? They could toss in a Kale and Khalifa EZA, stuff like that. I think we probably will get some Universal Survival Saga stuff. Maybe God Topo can get his Dokkan Fest. Maybe we'll get, an LR Kefla. I don't know, just stuff like that. And then other tournament, a new UI Goku. Remember that the first UI Goku and Jiren fight is basically, not represented at all in Dokkan? All those animations are still on the table for them. So my point is that this guy is basically kind of ass right now. I think you could do really fun nuking shenanigans with this guy for sure. But, I would not really consider him good. He's literally just a gimmick character with this Spirit Bomb. If Universal Survival Saga, and specifically, I guess, Reps of Universe 7, if these get powered up and become a real team, this guy could be very interesting. This guy does a lot of damage. I know his Spirit Bomb turn, there's nothing in the game like it that could do damage like he can, because not only is he dropping this nuclear bomb, but he also gives the LRB pan effect to the rotation. People forget about that, the LRB pan effect. So, man, it's hard to say. I was wowed with this guy's damage, and considering the fact that he could triple super opening round, and then another triple super, and then another triple super, and then you drop the Spirit Bomb, and you won, right? Is what would happen. Keep in mind that I think they're going to make events longer, but, I mean, they might just not ever do it, right? Right now, this guy guarding, like, for these first 5 turns, that's not like, oh my god, no. Like, dude, that's how long these fights are going to last, right? Like, but the turn this guy doesn't have guard, you're winning with the Spirit Bomb. Like, that is true. You know, we could reevaluate, of course, because you look at the 8th anniversary LRs, Fusion Zamasu, STR Carnival Goku. There's numerous examples of characters who appear designed for content longer than it even exists in the game right now, right? So I think we probably will get the super long content, but until then, I mean, you could, right now, the first day this guy comes into the game, you could do like a crazy impressive run against like Metal Cooler Core, I think, right? Those first 3 turns, you just hang on against the army, and then goodbye with the Spirit Bomb. He's just nuking the core off the face of the earth, right? So it's interesting. I'm choosing to. I would say he pretty much sucks right now. Again, you could do your gimmick fun, but like these aren't actually like ultra competitive teams. It's you're gonna need a lot of things to break your way, and then you drop the Spirit Bomb and you one shot, right? Not really my style of play, but we'll see what happens later this year. And now, you know, I do think saying, oh, we're waiting for other Rep Universe 7 to turn out power buffs, you know, I mean, it's a little bit different than saying, like, okay, like, Fusion Zamasu is just waiting for his leader, which might not ever come, because Dokkan doesn't release nearly as many villains as heroes. But, like, a new UI Goku, yeah, we're about due for a new UI Goku, right? Again, from the first Jiren fight, which, imagine they drop a UI Goku who's, you know, one of these top 5 units in the game. If this guy could just go under his umbrella, this guy could be crazy, right? So this is an interesting option. I cannot believe that I actually do kind of look at this guy a little bit more favorably than this guy, just because they didn't really give him... this guy's going to be helpful, I guess more so because, you know, these teams are kind of wonky, but this guy has very interesting potential depending upon how things move forward, I think. We'll see. We'll see. Keep in mind, defensively, he is going to get blasted, even with that guard, right? His defense is pretty low. The one thing they really could have done, they could have let him greatly stack defense. If he greatly stacked attack and greatly stacked defense, oh my god, that would be very interesting. I don't know how I'm going to rank this guy on, like, my top 10 EZA TURs. I haven't got a chance to do it for Vegito and Boo yet, so I'll just wait for this guy to come out, too. I don't know. I might just not even rank him and then just make a special note that, like, dude, like, this guy could either be 1, he could be 5, he could be 57, right? Like, it's very odd to rank this guy, I would say. So Spirit Bomb Absorb Goku is weak to Target Goku. Now remember, we do have to use LRs here. So Broly, Golden Frieza, I mean, Cooler, but he is, AGL. Cooler still work well. Metal Cooler. I mean, these are the characters we're going to want to be using, right? Maybe just using, like, a Wicked Bloodline team might be the way to go. Metal Cooler, Final Form Cooler. I mean, I don't know if I'd use them. We'll see. I doubt this is going to be very tough. Wicked Bloodline is probably the way to go. Metal Cooler, Wicked Bloodline. You know, you could bring, like, some of these free-to-play Metal Coolers and stuff like that. Like this Frieza. This Cooler is a support, right? So you could do some stuff like that. I don't think this will be too tough. A lot of these Wicked Bloodline units, stuff like that, should be able to beat that fairly easily. And then Blue Kaioken, he's weak to Accelerated Battle. And it looks to me like you need to use, what is it? AGL, Tech, and STR Extreme units. AGL, Tech, and STR Extreme units is what you use against this guy. I don't know. I mean, we'd have to piece this together because who is it? Hit and God Goku. I guess that is a. I mean, Hit and God Goku is a villain, sure. And then we could bring like metal coolers. Oh, hearts, baby. There we go. Yeah, this is a good spot for hearts, actually. This is where hearts can be useful. I feel like of all those summonable heroes units, hearts will probably fare the best with the way he's structured with his guard. Remember, it is very handy. I love that they're giving this out to so many characters. Like guard for the first 5 turns, and we just saw it tonight again. Guard for the first 5 turns. That shit is very handy, man. For just content even beyond the scope of Red Zone and Cell Max fights and stuff like that. You know, there's a lot of content that they release, Battlefield, Super Battle Road, where these like guarding for several turns can be very, very handy. We'll see what to do for this blue Kaioken EZA. I don't imagine this is going to be really too tough. Oh, you could do the Gammas. Yeah, the Gammas are probably... Well, he does have damage reduction against all super class. Yeah, he does. Okay. Well, there it is. There's the data download for these two guys. Again, a couple of days. Again, I'm going to be... I'm cursed with the burden of everyone calling me a Dokkan dick rider, but, I mean, they forget how I said, you know, oh, I don't know, Beast Gohan's worst fumble ever, and I hated that they dropped Yamcha. And, I mean, honestly, we could talk about this, too. I don't like the banner format of the anniversary. They nailed it with Worldwide. Dokkan Fest and Carnival Part 1, Dokkan Fest and Carnival Part 2. That, I'm telling y'all, people are going to look back on that and they're going to go, oh, that was actually pretty good. Dude, I'm telling y'all, what they're doing here with 8th anniversary, double Dokkan Fest Part 1, double Carnival Part 2, no, that's not the way to do it. The most important thing, I don't even give a shit about Carnival banners, dude. The most important thing was to split the Dokkan Fest up. I feel like that was so huge for preserving momentum of the celebration, right? I feel like had they done that, it also is more conducive to villain characters, by the way, right? Because they very easily, imagine an alternate reality 8th anniversary where Part 1 is Dokkan Fest LR, Super Saiyan 3 Goku, and Super Saiyan 2 Vegeta, and then Carnival LR Kid Buu. And then Part 2 was your Dokkan Fest GT Goku and Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta, and Carnival LR Omega Shenron. You know, certainly I think people would love that much more, right? I do think that would be more effective. And the thing is, Kid Buu and Omega don't need Dokkan Fest. They need LRs specifically, right? There's characters like LR Kaioken and Great Ape Vegeta. It was ridiculous. They need Dokkan Fest, not LRs, right? It's just stupid. But Omega and Kid Buu, they don't need Dokkan Fest. They just need to be LRs. So, but that's the thing why they could easily just be Yellow Coin LRs this year. Their animations and stuff would be good. I think you look at Fusion Zamasu and Golden Frieza as perfect examples of these characters can still drop and still be good, but we'll see. Let me know what you guys think of the 8th anniversary so far. Again, I'm prepared. You know, I'm the Bandai dick sucker. I just have to take up the mantle, man. But I'm gonna call it like I see it. It's not as bad as people are pretending. So, but wait. But we will see what these Part 2 LRs look like. Are they gonna be fire with animations and strong kits and stuff? That I don't know. We will see, right? But in terms of content and stuff like that, so far so good for the 8th anniversary. But the 3rd part and then the EX part, they do need to stick the landing. We need STR Vegito and LR Buhan. We do. So we'll see what's going to happen. Let me know what you guys think, and I'll catch y'all next time.